You're watching TelecomTV's coverage of Mobile World Congress 2015 here in Barcelona. And joining me in the studio now is Robert McBride, who is Senior Product Marketing Manager of Software Networking for Brocade. Robert, nice to see you again on TelecomTV.
Thanks, Guy.
There's a lot of talk at the show, Robert, on the network. Yes, we have devices, yes, we have services and applications, but the network is evolving. What has to happen to the network in order for it to support this growing number of services that we're going to see?
So the network basically has to change at this point. So there's this new terminology being talked about called the new IP. And what the new IP is about the fundamental shift to the actual way that networking needs to be looked at and actually architected in order to kind of support the very thing that you said with respects to the number of devices that are being attached to the network. But really what it is it's not so much devices that are being, well, obviously devices are being connected to the network, but that's not the fundamental crux of what's actually causing this shift and change to actually happen. We haven't seen a very monumentous shift or change into networking for roughly about the last 20 years. I think around 1995 was probably the last big kind of hoorah as far as something really happening, and that's really when IP was kind of taking off. And since 1995, what we've seen is a shift from location type of connectivity or person to location type of connectivity actually happening. And obviously, of course, the number or the amount of connections have actually exploded since 1995. So now we're at a point in today, right, 2015, I think is where we're at, where the network is needing to connect not only devices to devices, locations to locations, people to people, and so on and so forth, that the amount of connections is exploding to the amounts of trillions or billions, if you will. And the existing network since 1995 in the last 20 years just can't actually support any of that. And so the new IP is about creating a new network architecture that's open, ecosystem driven, your pace, your own way, and very flexible as well as modular in order to kind of support these new applications and services to kind of support the changes that are actually happening.
And is this where SDN and NFV sit?
So SDN and NFV are actually a part of it, I would say. So SDN is obviously about helping to simplify and create a little bit more flexibility with the network to center around control. And so as more and more devices are being connected, we're needing to have a little bit more visibility into that and obviously automate the method and how we want to have these devices connected to each other. Yeah. And then NFV, of course, is about now decoupling or being able to virtualize a lot of the core networking-like functionality we have. And so the two combined is helping to create a network that's centered around a new IP that's meant to be able to support this explosion of connected devices.
Now, to show this in practice, you're conducting a demonstration here at the show with Telefonica around NFV, is that right?
Yes, we are actually. So we have, it's one of our demonstrations actually, but the demonstration with Telefonica is a joint demonstration between Brocade, Intel, Cyan, Telefonica, as well as Red Hat. And what it's centered around is end-to-end service instantiation. But really what it's about is about the use of an intelligent network function virtualization orchestrator in order to actually understand the crucial aspects and tuning components that various different VNFs need in order to deliver high performance as well as high scale that operators like Telefonica need. It also demonstrates the differences between a typical cloud architecture and what an NFV architecture is going to be. Obviously the type of architectures that Telefonica are going to end up deploying, if you will. So it's highlighting the fact that cloud architectures just are not capable of being able to understand the individual specific enhanced platform components of various different VNFs like our Brocade Viata virtual router in order to facilitate high scale as well as high performance. And so the demonstration showcases the use of an intelligent orchestrator from Cyan, understanding the very specific needs of an enhanced platform like the Brocade Viata 5600 VNF in order to facilitate high-speed performance as well as high scale.
Great. And how, finally, is Brocade going to continue this NFV development work?
So obviously, within our own product line, we have a number of different products within our VNF portfolio. Obviously, continuous development to that, and obviously increasing more services that are available. But here, actually, at the show, we're actually present over at the Intel booth with the Telefonica demo we just talked about. We're also present in Red Hat's booth as well as Dell's booth, demonstrating various different concepts centered around service function chaining. We're also within Ciena's booth as well as Overture's booth. highlighting and showcasing either cloud bursting or the use of our VNS within the virtual CPE or virtual IMS solution. And we have a couple of other presences as well within IBM, highlighting their IBM Orchestrator with our VNFs and tied into that solution too as well.
So plenty of area to grow in NFV.
Yeah, there's quite a bit actually.
Great. Robert, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us on TelecomTV.
Thank you.